alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Souleka Mohamed. I'm here in Somaliland, Hargeisa, with Yasmin Noor. We are here and we are at the Stat House. I recently came to Hargeisa, and as I was here, for the short period of time that I was here, I met with Yasmin and found out about the work that she's doing. She is the founder of Shahot Telman, which is a recruitment agency that also offers a lot of training for businesses and individuals alike. She also, however, came to Hargeisa 5 years ago. Having a child with Down syndrome herself, she quickly found herself looking for a school for him to attend. Little did she know at the time that would soon become a very big challenge. Though she was successful in contacting Hargeisa, which is a charity organization founded in 2018, which has the aim to have every single child with special needs attend a school, she quickly understood that this group of individuals were heavily neglected. We are here today. She has not only recognized the poverty that these families are facing, but the added struggle that these families with special needs are also going through. So we are here today and we are asking for your help. We are actually going to be asking families here what is it that their needs are, what is it that their challenges are, and what is it that they go through on a daily basis. So we are also here and we are going to be asking a few questions to Yasmin herself as to get more information through her experience and what is it that we need to do. So Yasmin, can you tell us how is it that you found this particular issue? How is it that you came across this group of individuals that have been, in a sense, cast away from society?
Thank you very much, Souleka, and I'm really happy that you're here. I came here, I've lived abroad. I left Somaliland when I was 10 years old. So I've been away for like something 43 years. When I moved here, I have a child with Down syndrome, like Souleka said. So my priority at the time for him was education. But what I soon found is that like the children in Somaliland, I couldn't find a school for him. So I did a bit of research and found that actually there were no plans, there was no schools for children with special needs, except one or two, one government one and one private one. So from that, I've decided to set up Hargeisa in order to raise awareness, because I knew there were children with special needs, but you couldn't see them in the streets. They're all cooped up indoors. And most of these parents, or majority of these parents, there's a lot of stigma attached to having a child with special needs. So they have a lot of issues. So the stigma, which makes them keep them at home, because you'll never see them walking with their parents. Second thing is that a mother in Somaliland will have a minimum of 6 children, and therefore she has no time for a child with special needs. So she's forced to tie the child's leg to the bed or to a chair. That's the reason that they give why they do it, because she said, I can't afford to look after this child all the time. And so really these children are not, so that suddenly my priority for education became nothing. Right. So, and also the other thing that's a priority more than education is when somebody's hungry, they can't really learn, you know. And a lot of these families, the children are more undernourished, because today we are in an area called the State House. And in the State House, hundreds of people live here, if not thousands. And I, for example, in the State House, I have over 100 children registered with me, their parents, and they can't afford things like, basic things like nappies. They don't go to school. They don't have enough food. So from this, we decided to set up, Hargeisa decided to set up food bank, you know, at least to, while I campaign on the side for the education for the governments, on the side also to make sure that every Somali person, wherever they are, every Muslim person really should help in making sure these children don't go hungry.
I was actually wondering as well, how many families are you currently working with, and how many families has the food bank been able to tend to their needs as of so far?
We started the food bank. I started the organization in 2018, and it was mainly, the reason why I set it up was to be an advocate for them, for education, for them to get out of the house, to learn, because every child has the right to learn. Really, that's an international right, you know. But our government obviously is not recognized, and it doesn't have sufficient funds to build schools, and we don't also have the professionals to teach in these schools. So that's a campaign that I will keep up, inshallah. But on the side, the families that are registered with me are over 500 in Hargeisa. But the people that I've so far I think our organization has had an effect on, you can say, under 100. So the food bank started about 4 weeks ago, and we provided food for about 23 people so far, alhamdulillah. But in the past, diasporas who are abroad in Ramadan time, other times they've sent food. You know, we provided food for them in Ramadan period. But that's all not consistent. What we want to do is to have a storage in each area for parents with children with special needs, because the added problem for them is that the mother cannot go out to work if the father is not able to provide, and unemployment here is very high. So therefore, it's a matter of life and death that they get this food, you know. And I believe that we can do it. We don't have to ask anyone else. If among ourselves we put $5 a month, $2 a month, whatever you can afford, you know, direct debit, and we give these people consistent basic food at least, inshallah.
So now we would actually like to speak with one of the families in terms of asking them a few questions so that you guys can also hear directly from them what it is that they need and what it is that the challenges that they're facing on a daily basis.
أولاد مركان وهيصنوا باهيها قارك عليه والله وحسوه وحي دريميان إلهي سبحانه وتعالى دبكم هلا لكن أنا دب وين قلتها هاي أو دب وين دريمينا إلهي بقى لكن كأنا أو ما هذا نسكله الحمد لله المو وحويان وحيابها وقفرها بدن اللي وحوي مجانا كان سجال سنوجرا سحروا ما يقانو مالكو سحروا ضي ما يقانو مالكو كاديي أنت بروح لقاك قاضي واحد فايد ويان إلهي بقى ما هذا سكله هبلانا إلهي بقى نوصدر الحمد لله رب العالمين ياسمين بفرس وانكا ياسمين waxay noo timid inaan ka yar oo 2 sanadood jira intaas oo sanadood ba wayna la shaqeynaysaa ma sha Allah tabaarak xafaayadaha iyo kolba raashin ay noo keento iyo kolba caawimo qaar ay dhakhtar geyso adigu calaaya kulli xaal shaqada ugu faraha badan ee yaasmiin baa noo qabatay hablaha ma sha Allah imaga nagu soo biirina waxaan leeyahay ilaahay idin barakeeyo cid kasto awlaadan naafada wax u tartana waxaan leeyahay barakallahu fiikum jazaakumullahu khayran insha Allah halkaad ka soo saarteen idinkana Allah idin siiyo idinkana boos khayr qaba Allah idin soo geliyo ما شاء الله تبارك أد بنوقف فرح صنع هاي إلهي بمات كله عدنا عاويسة بون سود ويننا والكم بنقولن هاي عدنا كلنا عاوينا وحنقولن هاي كقريب قلا تذكر مساكين تاير أولاد سير العاوين أيو إن شاء الله بإذن الله كريم نون صود دعية وحول بالدعاء أي أكيد كائن ولا هي عافان صراحة نوقف بدله إلهي وحبه موايو لكن سوحب الله ينقط صيا ينقع يا وحلا ينقط صيا لما أنت نقولن هاي إن شاء الله ما دام إنه هذا الإسلام مركا إن شاء الله بإذن الله كريم إلهي وحنا ذكر رجينا خير فربنا إن شاء الله بإذن الله كريم أنت نوجود دراني وحويان ما أنت يعني ذيك عطسنا إن شاء الله أن حفايدها يو كراس عروت هاسل لجوها يو ويا قعنتي هذا الوادي قارك كمان ينكر يا ميجا قعنتي وادوان صل اللي بقمنا قرح ذي بالمي وبهاي هودين لوصو سارو بهاي جمع سين لوصو ميو بهاي marka intaas ay imiga noogu daran xafaayada iyo kuraas loo soo sameeyo insha Allah wallahi farxadaydu aad bay u balaarantay ma sha Allah tabaarak sababtoo qofku caawiye markaad hesho walaalkaaya oo ku garab istaaga wadilaawaysa oo baahida meesha taalo wadilaawaysa waayo qofku garab istaaga hadaad hesho farxadaadu way balaaranaysaa aad baan ugu faraxsanahay dadka walaalahaya ee soo kaaya garab taagay wax noo soo diraya أولاد حفايده وسويبينية هذه أدبنا نوقف رحصناي وأي كليجا يو هذا أنا وهان لاين ونعدين نسوق بستاجين ده مشكلة أنا كنا نوقف قبنا لاين لكن بشدي أنا لقى بسنة استمر كانوا أرجنو ما شاء الله تبارك أدبنا نوقف رحصناي ود ما سنتين جزاكم الله خيرا إن شاء الله وبإذن الله كريم.
And last question that we have for her today is what was the methods that you guys have taken in the months prior to Yasmin coming and adding her help? So what is it how did you guys manage to survive in a way every single month before the help of Yasmin or before the help of the food bank came into play?
والله عروتنا فضاء ياسمين انت انا حافظه يدن soo dhaxgalin staad hooska gudihiisa xaaladoodu may wanaagsaneyn waayo cidna soo garab istaagtay ma aanan aragba haba yaraatee waayo markii ay Yasmin arintan shaacisay dad badan ba ogaaday meel kasta wala naga soo caawiya alxamdulillah rabbil alamin maalintii ay Yasmin oo timiday aan halkaas ku aragnay waxaan yaani dareemay farxada aad iyo aad u balaaran maxaa yeelay cidna soo garab istaagtay ma aanan aragba Yasmin koor alxamdulilah imkana yaasmiin waa noo sii ballaaratay boqol yaasmiin baa noo yimid alxamdulilah dad badan yaasmiin la mida ayaan kolley tolo filaynaa insha allah inay noo yimaadaan dad badan baan caawiya oo yaasmiinna tustay waayo guryahayagaa gudihiisa cidba nooguma iman jirinba laakiin yaasmiin waxay raadisay bal baahida taalla xaafadani inay aragtay iyadoo danyar ay tahay xaafadani markay aragtay inay danyar tahay ilmo naafana ay haysato weliba dareenkeedu wuxuu dareemay inaan cid yacnihii iskarab taagnaa ayna arag ayadii markay iskarab taagto oy dadkiina tusto ما شاء الله تبارك الله بركة يدا يقويس كده بقى إسلام كودم إن شاء الله.
So we will actually be asking Yasmin a few more questions about what our main goal is and what is it that your contributions that you will be giving today, that you, the viewers that will be watching this video, how can you guys help and what is it, the focus of your contributions, where they will be going shortly. Us, what is the purpose? What is the main goal? Where are the contributions that everybody here that is watching this video? Where are their contributions going to? What is the priority? What is the next step?
Purpose about the food bank is especially for children or for parents with children with special needs, because these parents, as you can see, are very poor. Most husbands are out of work. They themselves, women who are, for example, in similar financial situation, they go out to work. They do cleaning jobs, they do odd jobs here and there, and they manage to bring an income. For them, they can't leave the child. They cannot leave the child at home. They cannot leave them with anybody. So they are stuck at home, right? I know, for example, and I tell this example to everyone once, I've been told there was this child whose mother, they lived in a hut like this, exactly like this one, or like that one, yeah. And she used to, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. So she would leave him at home from 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock. When she came home, she said that because he's lying on his back and he's looking at the ceiling and he cannot turn, she would come with his eyes full of dust, red, and tears going down the sides, So you can imagine these parents, what they need is help with food, because a lot of them go without a lot of nutrition. So what we want to do is we want people to contribute, whether it's $1 or $5, whatever you can afford. Make it direct debit. We can help ourselves. We don't have to ask, anywhere else. And if we do that, then we can provide this food bank. We can give each family the basic food like rice, sugar, flour, things like this on a monthly basis. So this is what I'm trying to set up, is for them to have a consistent food every month, inshallah. Yeah. Thank you.
So with Ramadan coming soon, we have the goal of, we have roughly 500 families?
We have over 500 families. So if we can, for this Ramadan, if we can provide for all of them, on average, a family of 8 people, the food is about $84 a month. Yeah. So do your numbers. If we can aim for 36 to, I think, how much? Yeah, 50,000. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Inshallah.
So I would just like to end with just saying, today, like me, all of you who are watching have gotten a glimpse of the challenges that these families are facing. I would like to remind you that this is only a small fraction of their lives and only a small fraction of the burden and the struggle that they go through every single day. Oftentimes, many of us want to help, but then we kind of get into the mindset that, the problems in the world are so big. The people that we want to help are too many, and our contributions maybe won't have that much of a difference and maybe won't make that much of an impact. However, today I want to ask you to not take the mentality and to really understand that today, if every single one of us contributes, if every single one of us gives what we can, the power in numbers, the amount of change, the amount of good that we can do is unimaginable. And so, are we going to change the world? I don't know. I can't promise you that. What I can promise you is that your contribution, big or small, whether it be your money, your time, or even just sharing this video, it will mean the world to us. It will mean the world to these children that you see. It will mean the world to these families. And so I ask you today to give, and I ask you to give what you can. And I want you to think about how much food do we really waste every single month? How much food do we really put on our plates every single day? How can we fill ourselves to the max when there are people that don't know when their next meal is coming? How can we fill our stomachs to the max when these people don't know whether they're going to have the next meal or whether their children are going to eat tonight? So I ask you to think about these families, think about these children. Now we don't have the luxury of saying that we don't know and we haven't seen them. We have seen them with our own eyes and we know that they need our help. And so I ask you to not turn away from them and to not cast them away like the rest of society already has. And so I thank you for watching this video, and we will be putting all the details below, as well as our contact information should you have any questions. Thank you.